This is really important. It's talking about produce prices, the price increase, not a decrease, an increase.
It's somewhat like that, but it's like they have food in all the big box retailers, but all of the small grocery stores are suffering. Every mom and pop store, doesn't matter if they're selling toys, electronics, or groceries, they're all suffering right now, and it's on purpose, in my belief. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. This is serious. It's getting absolutely serious to the point where I don't have patience for people. High demand for groceries combined soaring freight costs and related labor shortages are creating a new round of backlogs for processed food and fresh produce companies, leading to an empty supermarket shelf at major retailers across the United States. Growers of perishable produce across the West Coast are paying nearly triple trucking rates to ship things like lettuce and berries before they spoil. Shay Myers, CEO of OA Produce, which grows onions, watermelons, and asparagus along the border of Idaho and Oregon, said that he has been holding off shipping onions to retail distributors until freight costs go down. Of course, because none of these companies want to pay an exorbitant amount. They don't want to pay for a dollar onion. They don't want to pay $5 to get it to their store because they can't sell it for $5. Nobody's going to buy an onion. They'll sit there and they'll rot. It says Myers said transportation disruptions in the last 3 weeks caused by a lack of truck drivers and recent highway blocking storms have led to a doubling of freight costs for fruit and vegetable producers. It says on top of already elevated prices, we typically will ship East Coast to West Coast. We used to do it for about $7,000. Check this out. Today, it's between $18,000 and $22,000. So it's almost triple. It says Bird's Eye frozen vegetable maker Conger Band's CEO told Sean Connolly told investors last week that supplies from its U.S. plants could be constrained for at least the next month due to this, whatever this is, right? To related absences. Earlier this week, Albertsons CEO Vivek Sankaran said he expects the supermarket chain to confront more supply chain challenges over the next 4 to 6 weeks as the O has put a dent in its efforts to plug supply chain gaps. And then it says shoppers on social media complained of empty pasta and meat aisles at some Walmart stores. A major store in Indianapolis was swept bare of chicken. A Publix in Palm Beach, Florida was out of bath tissue and home hygiene products, while Costco reinstated purchase limits on toilet paper at some stores in Washington state. It's like a circle. Everything's rotating and looks like it's all starting again. It says the situation is not expected to abate for at least a few more weeks. Katie Dennis, Vice President of Communications and Research at the Consumer Brands Association, said, blaming the shortages on a scarcity of labor. Well, after that Supreme Court ruling, you would think that they would just hire back all of these people that they unjustly fired. Who knows, though? Especially the people that drive alone in a truck. That was one of the dumbest ones. There was a lot of drivers that got fired for not doing something, but they sit alone in a truck for all of their day. Kind of weird. Just saying.
Kind of by
Andrea
design.
Allison says, well, I'm going to tell you, we have rough waters ahead. Well, I think you are absolutely right. Can't tell you, 2022 is already shaping up to be a fun ride, to say the least. Dex, as far as you know all about this, I mean, you have friends that have small mom and pop shops, and all of them are being affected.
We're seeing it in our grocery stores. I mean, just the other day we couldn't get cream cheese, and the entire cream cheese section was out. And I said, okay, it's just one store. No, went to the next store. They didn't have it either. So, there's and there were other shortages too. That was just one example. But yeah, every time we go, there's something. Either the prices have been jacked up so high you won't buy it, or they don't have it.
I mean, a gallon of whole milk organic is like $8, $9 or something. My grandpa would be rolling over in his grave. And just absolutely nuts. Even the regular milk is like over $5, $6 a gallon.
More
I mean,
explosions in Tonga.
And then an explosion felt around the world. This sent a sonic wave to everybody. It hit. People said that they could feel it like a blast in their face. Look at this thing. This doesn't look... What does that look like to you, by the way? I know it's a volcano, but what else does that look like?
I'll give you a little statistic because I know what you're saying. The one that was dropped in Japan reached 60,000 feet in the air, the cloud. And that's about as high as, actually, I think this one may have gone to 100, but initially in the first 10 minutes during that same duration, this one was 60,000 feet high.
I'm sure that they have absolute proof and video from underwater video of showing the Tonga volcano, and I'm sure it's right
More to
there,
come.
and there's absolute proof.